guys, welcome back to another video, and it is now week 3 of college football, and let's get right into it with our first game. Number 20 Arizona at number 14 Kansas State. I have Arizona pulling one out in a close one, 27-21. Two just solid ranked teams. Well, Arizona is pretty good, and I have them kind of getting upset. They are higher ranked, but I have Arizona getting the win. Next game, number 4 Bama at Wisconsin, and this will be interesting because Bama's played like they played at Texas the other year. They can handle it, but they did not show they could handle it because last week versus USF they played terrible until the fourth quarter. They put up 28 points in the fourth. But Bama will be a close one. Wisconsin, I'm not sure that they have enough left. I'll take Bama 34-28, the Tide getting the win in a close one at Wisconsin. Next game, 16 LSU at South Carolina. South Carolina, it's going to be game day, so I assume there's going to be a lot of South Carolina fans there. And it will be a highly anticipated game for the Gamecock fans. But they're coming off a big win versus Kentucky, which they won 31-6. But LSU, in a tough environment, I have them getting a win in a close one, 27-24. LSU getting the win. Next game, 24 Boston College at 6 Missouri. And Missouri, they're creeping up dang near the top 5. Somebody loses, they're going to be in the top 5. And they're getting better and better each year. Boston College, coming off a win versus Florida State, is now 0-2. And Boston College, they're really good. But I think Missouri is better. I have Missouri 38-23. I got the Tigers. Next game, which I will be at, is Georgia at Kentucky. Kentucky, which we said, coming off of a loss versus South Carolina, 31-6. Georgia, too good. They beat Tennessee Tech last week, also beating Clemson. But it'll be a night game. Georgia, I'll have them 31-13 in a, I'm not going to say a rough environment because they're Kentucky fans are coming off of a loss to South Carolina, which they know they thought they were probably going to win. And then now they know they're probably going to lose to Georgia. With Georgia, I think they'll take over and get the win. And we will be at this game, and it'll be fun to watch. Next game, 9 Oregon at Oregon State. And this is a rivalry game. I think there's potential for an upset. I'm not going to call it, but I'm just saying I'm calling that there's potential. Oregon, they've looked terrible. Barely beat Idaho. Barely beat on a game-winning field goal Boise State. Boise State's good for a non-Power 5 team, but still. But Idaho is not. But I do have Oregon getting their first good win of the season, 45-31. The Ducks finally putting it together. Next game is going to be Tulane and Oklahoma. I also think there's potential for an upset, which is why I do have Tulane getting the win 31-27. That's my upset of the week. Tulane, they've looked good. They're always one of those good power or non-Power 5 teams. I have them getting a win over Oklahoma, who barely beat Houston last week. Next game, 18 Notre Dame at Purdue. Purdue, they're not the greatest team at all, and Notre Dame's certainly not either, as they lost to Northern Illinois last week. But on the road, I have Notre Dame 28-14. Notre Dame with the win. Next game, 5 Ole Miss versus Wake Forest at Wake Forest. Ole Miss's offense is too good. Jackson Dart, Juice Wells, Trey Harris, you name it for this Ole Miss offense. They'll be a tough team to stop. 44-21. The only, I'm not going to say it's a big problem, it's a tiny little gap, is just the defense. I think they have, they're just going to be not the best. They'll leave up some points to Wake Forest. But overall, I have Ole Miss getting the win 44-21. Last game, Texas A&M at Florida. Florida, they lost to Miami, and Texas A&M, they lost to Notre Dame in week 1s for both those teams. I think this is going to be a really, really close game. I'm excited for this game. Texas A&M, I have getting the win 34-31 in Gainesville. I have A&M bouncing back and getting the win 34-31. Thank you guys for watching this Wiggins football predictions video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.